A tower of wood moves toward a wall of stone. 80 feet tall, 20 feet taller than the fortification. No foundation, no permanence. Temporary, built to last exactly long enough to kill a city. Rolls on 8 iron-rimmed wheels across a causeway, pushed by 200 legionaries inside the base. Upper platform, 70 feet up. Archers kneel behind iron screens, firing into defenders. Below, assault platform with a drawbridge. Counterweighted, held by a single pin. Drops when the tower reaches the wall. 10 feet wide, 6 abreast. 70 AD, Jerusalem. Siege that ends the Jewish revolt. 4 legions against a city of 1 million. Walls Herod built to last centuries. The walls will last centuries. But today they need another hour, and they won't. If the engineering behind the machine that brought Jerusalem's walls down fascinates you, subscribe now. What one engineer builds from trees hauled 30 miles will haunt him long after the timber burns. 40 days earlier, Legio X Fretensis engineering camp, 200 yards east of the third wall. Felix stands in an empty field, 20 miles of bare hillside where forest stood 6 months ago.
Cut every tree for 30 miles. Hills look like a plucked bird. And I need 600 more timbers.
Timber is Jerusalem's first defense. Judean hills once oak and cedar, but 6 months of 4 legion encampments stripped the landscape. Closest usable timber, 30 miles northwest, near Lydda. Felix organizes the hall. 800 prisoners, Jewish captives from Galilee. Teams of 4 carry a single trunk, 10 inches by 15 feet. 2-day march. Column stretches 3 miles. Men carrying material to destroy their city. Mathematics of siege. Besieged supply the labor that builds the machine. His rank is military. His skills, engineering. The gap equals distance between a bridge and a siege tower. Both structures, same principles. One connects, the other destroys. Design standardized. Manual specifies 3 sizes, 60, 70, 80 feet. Felix builds the 80. Jerusalem's wall equals 60 feet. Tower needs 20 feet advantage for archers to fire down. Frame, oak, 10 by 10 inch timbers. Mortise and tenon joints reinforced with iron. Base, 20 feet square. Tapers, 16 feet at midpoint, 12 at top, reducing weight, lowering center of gravity. Felix works from wax tablet drawings, same as every praefectus fabrum since the Republic. Genius isn't the design. Genius equals construction. 80-foot timber structure in a combat zone, under missile fire, with materials hauled 30 miles, using labor that doesn't want success. Frame rises 6 feet per day. Sequence, horizontal beams, bolt verticals, brace diagonals, next tier. Joints tight but not rigid. Tower needs slight flex for ground irregularities. Too rigid, racks. Too loose, collapses.
Diagonal braces take lateral load. 4 per tier, corner to corner, crossing in the middle. Lose 1 diagonal, the tier above folds.
Interior staircase rises with it. Zigzag treads for armored men in single file. Dual purpose. Troop movement during assault. Weight distribution during approach. 3 platforms. Lowest for engineers plus water bearers, fire response. Middle for javelin men. Upper for archers. Double planked, braced. Combined live load approximately 12 tons. Felix knows loads by feel, confirmed by numbers. Walks the frame daily, pressing joints with his thumb, listening for the creak of a loose bolt, the groan of excessive compression. But it is his responsibility. Fire equals the enemy. 80 feet of dry oak is a bonfire waiting. Jewish defenders prepared for weeks. Naphtha pots, pitch, burning arrows, braziers of coals. Countermeasure 1. Wet hides. Cattle skins soaked in water plus vinegar, nailed to exterior. Re-wetted every 2 hours by pump teams. Countermeasure 2. Iron plates. Salvaged, hammered flat, bolted over the most exposed surfaces. Absorbs heat, buys time. Countermeasure 3. Internal dampening. Tread soaked. Planking wet. Interior oak treated with alum plus water. Vitruvius's fire retardant, a century before this siege. Subscribe! When this tower rolls through fire arrows and burning naphtha, the difference between salvation and ash is one ancient recipe from a book written by an architect who never saw combat. Rolling mechanism. 8 solid oak wheels, iron-rimmed, 3 feet diameter, iron axles and greased oak bearings, wheels and parallel timber tracks laid on a leveled approach road. The approach road equals invisible engineering. 200 yards, graded less than or equal to 1 in 20, cleared, compacted, surfaced, bearing 30 tons without sinking. Shimon works the road. Stonemason, 34, Upper City, carrying rubble baskets, compacting with a hand tamp. Wife and 2 daughters behind the wall.
He knows. Every prisoner knows.
Tower reaches wall. Bridge drops. Soldiers cross. Wall falls. Each basket brings the tower 6 inches closer to his family. Felix passes the detail. Sees Shimon. Mason's hands, trained for construction, tamping a road to his own wall. Eyes meet. The moment contains everything neither man can say.
He builds the road. I build the tower. We're both engineers, building opposite things with the same hands.
Dawn, tower, 80 feet of oak, hide, iron, gleaming with moisture. Hides drip, iron catches first light. Inside, 200 legionaries at crossbeams. Archers climbing, javelin men taking the middle. Single trumpet, men push, 30 tons of inertia, then movement. Wheels grind on tracks, frame groans, hides slap. Speed, walking pace, 200 yards, 3 feet per second, 3 minutes, 20 seconds. Every phase timed. Archers fire at 150 yards, javelins at 100, drawbridge pin pulled at contact.
His jaw is relaxed. He is inside a thought. The man who cut this
Fire arrows begin at 180 yards, thudding into wet hides, sputtering on iron. Water bearers pump, vinegar streams cascade. Smell fills the interior. Naphtha pot at 100 yards. Oil splashes the upper platform. Yellow flame. Iron plates glow. Hides char. Internal clay pipes route water to vulnerable points. Felix's design. Fire dies. Hide smoke but hold. 50 yards. Wall fills the sky. 60 feet of Herodian ashlars so precise a knife won't fit between. Stones, javelins, fire raining down. Oak flexes. Iron rings. Tower strikes the wall. Shutter through the structure. Pin pulled. Counterweight drops. Bridge slams. 10 feet of planking onto the battlement. The gap is bridged. Rome is on the wall. Felix at the base. Doesn't go up. His job is engineering. Hears it. Shields crashing. Shouts in Latin and Aramaic. Hours later. Wall taken. Not by battering or mining, but by elevation. Tower lifted soldiers above the defense. Engineering worked. Felix walks the breach. Herodian blocks, cut by masons like Shimon, scattered. Runs his hand across a fallen block. Surface smooth. Edges precise. A mason's work.
construction, where duty and desire were the same engineer, holding different commissions.
Tower burns the next day. Standard procedure. 80 feet, 600 timbers, 5 weeks, ash in an hour. Felix built bridges that still stand. He built a tower that became smoke. And watching the flames, he understood. Duty and desire, builder and destroyer, had always been the same engineer.